This is my version of Luke chapter 11, verses 37 to 52. Wow, that was a mealtime I won't forget in a hurry. First, my master invites this travelling holy man to tea, and as he arrives, so does Agatha. Well, if you don't know who Agatha is, then you should know that she is the local pain in the butt, especially to my master. She is a widow of long standing. Her husband had some low servant position in the gardens before he died, and they lived in a small hut in the corner of the garden. Well, after he died, the hut fell into disrepair, and Agatha is always whinging and whining to my master about having it repaired, which isn't his problem because she shouldn't even be there anymore. Anyway, now the hut has finally collapsed completely, and Agatha turns up at the same time as this Jesus guy to say that she's nowhere to live. So my master, quite within his rights, tells her firmly that that is not his problem. She's been fortunate to have stayed so long, and she should have made alternative arrangements months ago. Well, Agatha went all hysterical, crying and wailing all over the place, so we shut the door on her, and we were only interrupted by the occasional wail as new guests arrived. And then there was Jonas, with the emphasis on the ass as far as I'm concerned. He wafts in, greeting everyone loudly, scowls at Jesus when he sees him sitting in the place of honour at the table, which Jonas always regards as his. He usually gets it because he sulks so loudly if he doesn't. Actually, from what I saw of this Jesus guy, I don't think he cared where he was sitting. In fact, he looked like he might have preferred to be with us folk in the kitchen, helping out with the washing up. Talking about washing up, well, I don't know. Before any meal, there is a washing ritual to go through. To us, this is a sort of mini baptism, a spiritual cleansing, so to speak, so that God might be pleased with us and deliver us from our enemies. Well, Jesus outright refused to perform it. Well, my master was horrified. There was this talk that Jesus may have been some sort of Messiah. So are we supposed to have a dirty Messiah? Anyway, Jesus said something about washing up, being clean inside, tithing herbs, and taking the lower place at the table. None of this I understood, but I did like the side swipe at Jonas for his self-importance. Then Jesus accused everyone there of being like unmarked graves, which is the most creative insult I've heard for a long time. You should have seen the look on everyone's faces. Mouths were so wide open you could have driven a whole herd of camels into each one. Well, if Jesus dares to say things like this in such company, well, it makes me think perhaps there may be something of the Messiah about him. But if he's not careful, they will crucify him.